Hey guys, Jay Boone down here at Emerald City Guitars for yet another pick of the day. And I just had to do this guitar. It just walked in the door a couple hours ago, and I always get really excited when I see one of these. So this is an original 1938 Martin D18. And if you are a Martin lover, then you know what this guitar is all about. This is one of the most sought after Martins that there are. I mean, the D18, the D28, obviously the D45 are just the big boys in the Martin pre-war era that people are enamored by. And I am one of those people. This guitar has a little story that goes with it. TJ Thompson is a noted Martin restoration expert out on the East Coast, and this guitar was in his hands, and he restored this guitar. One of the obvious things we see here is at one point it had a large pickguard on it, which TJ managed to get off without doing any damage on the guitar, and then he distressed and toned this area here as best he could, and with a little bit of overspray as well, to basically try to remove that shadow of the old pickguard. He did a great job on it. Put the correct style of pickguard back on it here, and it looks really good. It turned out really nice, man. So a little bit of overspray right in that area, and somewhat of a shadow of an enlarged pickguard. He also made a new bridge for this guitar. The other one, from what I understand, had been shaved down. At the same time, he did a neck reset on it. Managed to save the original bridge pad in there. So of course you have the Adirondack top. You can see that really nice wide grain on that spruce, and scallop bracing. This is an early 38, so it has the forward X bracing, which changed later 38 and into 39. And it is a very desirable 1 3/4 neck width up there at the nut. So this is the real deal here, man. You can see a little repair crack right there in the top, which is very well done. The back and sides on this guitar are in really great shape for a guitar of this era. You can just see that mahogany is beautiful, and no like major cracks or anything going on. Some player wear, of course. This guitar is many years old, 80 years old, 81. The back of the neck looks great. It's not really scarred up like you'll see a lot of them. I mean, it has some wear, but in beautiful condition. Those old original open back Grover tuners on there, still fully functional. Of course, the Brazilian rosewood cap on the headstock. Just overall outstanding example of this instrument. This guitar has some cool provenance in history that I'll share with you. So this guitar was owned by a gentleman named David Johnson, who was a notable bluegrass player, and he used this extensively with his tenure with the Johnson Mountain Boys. So really cool history. A real player played this, and he shared with other notable musicians that all agree this was just a fantastic sounding old D18. This instrument came in this vintage case, which normally I'll see a green lining on cases from this era from Martin's. This has a blue lining. Everything else looks right on it. So this case may be a few years later, or it could possibly be the original case. We do see different linings in them sometimes, but more often than not, you'll see a green lining on these. Case is in great shape. This is just a really, really nice setup here, and just a great example of a vintage pre-war Martin D18. I'm gonna have Ian Crawford, who's in the house today, play a little bit on this guitar for you for the sound demo, because Ian's just a fine player, and he will do it justice. Like I said, it just came in. We're really excited. These generally don't last long, so enjoy the demo. If you have any questions or want to purchase this guitar, give us a call, message us. It is available today, but you don't know by the weekend, this guy could be gone. So anyway, without further delay, I'm going to turn this over to Ian Crawford and let him strum some magic on it. So there you have it, folks. An original early 1938 Martin D18 down at Emerald City Guitars. This is my pick of the day, and thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.